Okay, looks like I'm live. Hi there. Hello, hello. I see there's some people waiting. I'm going to wait a few seconds till it is 12 o'clock on the dot. And then I'll take you through the questions I've got from students in my student group about the Matric results. Let's see, it's 11:59. I can't really see how many seconds. Cool. Yeah, the excitement is high. Everybody's waiting for one of these. Hi there. Hi there. Hi, Alzan. Hi, Lisa. Okay, cool. It's 12. It's 12 o'clock. Excitement is high. Matric exam results release day. I'm going to just take you through how exactly it works. I'm going to answer some questions that I've got from my student group so that everyone can relax, towards one of these. Okay, cool. When are the results being announced? Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga is making a speech at 4 this afternoon where she announces the results. So she's not going to give you your individual results at that point. She's going to talk about the performance of the class of 2020. I think it's a Matric class that had the most difficult year since forever. She's going to talk about provincial results. She's going to talk about the national results. She's going to compare them to previous years. Are the results up? Are they down? She's going to recognize schools. I suspect they might also recognize some top of students. So really, it's a discussion about the whole exam and all the results around the exam. Obviously, that doesn't give you your individual marks. I'm going to talk about that just now. Cool. So how do you get your results? You can sign up to get the SMS. If you want, I'll take you through the steps. I'll also put this in the notes under the video. But basically, you open up an SMS on your phone. You fill in your exam number, where you would put the message. You send the SMS to 45856. The SMSs are not free. I think they cost R3. Your exam number will be checked. Obviously, if you type it in incorrectly, you won't get the response. And then my understanding is you'll get the SMS tomorrow morning. Also, a lot of asking about getting the results on the Sowetan Live website. Same thing. There's I'll give a link. I'll also put the link in the notes as well. Let me just grab the link there. There's a link. You can go to the Sowetan Live site. You sign up. They're going to send you the results. Of course, also, the results on the Department of Education website. And you go to the site. Let me see if I can get you. Let me see if I can find you a link. The Department of Education has a place. It still says 2019 exam results on the page. I assume they will update it sometime before tomorrow. Sorry. So you can go to that page on the Department of Education's website. You fill in your exam number, and you'll get your results. I'm just going back to the questions I've been getting. So we've talked about how to register on Sowetan Live. We talked about registering on the Department of Basic Education website. There's a question coming up, Matric rewrite results release date. Now, I would assume that are people who did the Matric rewrite last year. They were supposed to write in May, June. Because of COVID, they also moved to the end of the year, to the November session. So I think if last year you were a rewrite student or an upgrade student or an adult Matric student, you're also getting your results now. These results are all coming out at the same time. Okay, we've spoken about how to register to get your results. Sowetan Live, you can do it on the Department of Education website. We've discussed that. The SMS thing we've discussed. Cool. So these are the key questions. Like I said, I'll put notes under the video and links to all of these things I've discussed. I'm just checking if there's any questions. from the people in the session, and then I'll answer them before we finish. When is it being released? Like the minister is discussing it at 4 this afternoon. You'll be able to see it on YouTube, on SABC, and then the real release is tomorrow morning. You're going to go to your school and get the results there, or you're going to sign up for some service, SMS or something that sends you results. Interesting to see what the impact of COVID will be. I was surprised that Umalusi didn't make a lot of big adjustments. I kind of expected there to be adjustments because I kind of expected the numbers to be lower because of COVID. So who knows? People are predicting a real drop in the results. I've read a thing where the person even said, I'll be surprised and worried if the results doesn't drop because we've lost so much study days last year. And the idea that online learning makes up for all of the lost time is only applicable to the privileged people who has a smartphone and internet and electricity and all of that stuff, which most people don't have. So I certainly expect a bit of a drop from the last year's results. If I'm not happy with my results, how can I improve it? Good question. You have till the end of March to register for the May-June exam. That's kind of the upgrade exam, the improvement exam. It used to be, well, they had a fancy name for it, I forget. But basically, if you get your results, you're going to look at it. And if you're not happy with those results, you can register to rewrite in May-June, only a maximum of 2 subjects. You can also, of course, ask for your paper to be rewritten, remarked. In my opinion, if you think you did well and you got a low mark, you start off by asking for a remark. If then after the remark, you're still not happy with your result, I would give it another attempt in the May-June exam. What time today is the results released? Okay, 4 o'clock, the minister starts a discussion today, but no, your individual results are only released tomorrow morning. Where will you be able to access your results? The easiest thing is going to be to go to your school or your exam center, but in the notes under the video, I'm going to give you some links. You can register on the Sowetan Live site. You can register on the Matric College site, or tomorrow morning you can go to the Department of Education's site, fill in your exam number, and you get your results there. Minister. Somebody's asking Minister Angie. Yes, Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga. She will do the presentation this afternoon at 4. She will present the results. Cool, we've done that. Guys, I think I've dealt with the questions. If there's no more specific questions, then best of luck to all those matrics. I always think it's worth saying, as much as it's all very exciting, it's also very stressful. Please, it's not that important. And when I say it's not that important, I mean, if you're not happy with your results, whether you wanted a bachelor's pass and you get a diploma pass, or whether you fail and you expect to pass, there's many opportunities to improve those results. There's many opportunities to study things that does not require matric. So I know it's a huge thing in your life as a matriculant, but please, it's not worth hurting yourself over. If you're not happy with it, have a good cry. Come back and we'll talk about all the options open for you if you're not happy with those results. What do I? Okay, there's some interesting questions. I was rejected by the universities that I applied for. Should I take a gap year and try again? The universities in South Africa, if you apply, they take between 10 and 20% of the people who apply. So if you apply to university, your chances are 1 in 10, maybe 2 in 10. If you didn't do maths, what we would used to call maths higher grade in matric, of course, then 80% of the degrees are close to you anyway. If you have a bachelor's pass, but you don't have maths, there aren't many things that you can study at university. So no, I think if you didn't get into university, don't take a gap year. Either use this year to improve your results, or study something at the TVET, at the FET college. There's private colleges. I work for Matric College, so we certainly offer many accredited programs you can study without Matric or without a bachelor's pass. What do you think about the nursing and education students? Yeah, it was a rude surprise. NSFAS is stopping the funding of new nursing and teaching students. At the same time, they're saying that they are still making up a list of all the qualifications they're going to defund. Horror show. If I applied to study teaching at university, I've already been accepted based on my results. The university is just waiting for me to give my final results. Suddenly, I'm not going to be funded. So I don't know. It's a horror show. I think there's going to be a lot of noise, a lot of issues around defunding a program. I think certainly if NSFAS believes there's good reason, or the Department of Higher Education believes there's good reason to defund the program, one tells people that a year in advance. You don't tell them a week in advance. It's going to cause chaos. Yeah, no. I defunding for why? I don't know, man. Byron, I don't know. What they are telling us is Department of Education are looking at certain programs and seemingly deciding there isn't a shortage of those people, and they're saying, why are we funding studies towards a career where there isn't a job for you? So I don't know. Can it be true that we have too many teachers? Can it be true that we have too many nurses? What's this space? I think there's a lot of noise. There's lots of arguments coming around this. What are some of the top courses Matric students should look into studying this year? Listen, I mean, we offer the Institute of Certified Bookkeeper courses. You can get in for grade 10, you can get in for grade 11. It takes you up to national certificate level. Bookkeeping offers admin, because we know there's a scarcity. There's a skills scarcity in bookkeeping and also in office admin, I promise you. And of course, if you have your Matric, then the NATED programs, N4, N5, N6 programs, where you actually study towards a career, you must do practical work, and you end up with an N4 certificate, an N5 certificate, an N6 certificate. You do your 18 months practical, you get an N6 diploma. Finance, certainly, business management, office administration, those are things that we know are scarce skills. What should I do if I lost my Matric exam number and need to get my results? Well, if you wrote at school, hopefully you can go back to school and they will actually have the number. Or if you wrote at an exam center, hopefully they will have that number. Otherwise, I don't know. I'll have to Google that. Nurses should get more funding. I'm just looking at the comments here. Nurses should get more funding during COVID. I thought so as well. I thought we had a shortage of nurses. So, like I said, what's the space? I think a lot of arguments and noise and discussions are coming around decisions to defund certain directions of study. Of course, also if NSFAS defunds teaching training, then I guess it's going to be a very good year for private colleges who are offering teaching training, like I know Stadio is doing. I know that built a new campus in Gauteng. They've taken their program into distance learning. So I guess Stadio, you guys are going to have a great year because people want to become teachers. It's a great career. It's an honorable career. People feel very passionate about it. The same with nursing. So I guess those students will drift towards the private educators, but obviously there's a problem of you thought you were going to study for free and now you're not. I didn't apply for university last year. Is there still options like BTech illegal? Yeah. There's no deadline. You know, if you finish your degree, if you finish your Matric 10 years ago and you want to go and study, you apply. And you know, whether NSFAS will fund you depends on whether they're funding that program. I know we now see. And of course, whether the university accepts you, it's still an issue of you have a 1 in 10 chance, or 1 in 5 chance at best, because there's so many people wanting to study and there are comparatively few university seats. NSFAS defunding, is this only the start because of... I don't think it's because they're out of money. I don't think NSFAS are defunding those programs because NSFAS has run out of money. I think NSFAS is defunding them because I think they believe that there aren't job opportunities in those directions, and they are starting to say we need to fund studies towards study directions where there are careers, where there's a demand, where we know there's a scarcity of trained people. How that's going to work, I don't know. If we're not the country with the worst unemployment in the world, we're certainly one of the top 3. So, yeah, who knows? Okay, cool. Guys, I don't need to get into that whole funding thing. I think there's going to be lots of talk about that in the coming days. Best of luck to the matriculants. Like I said, under the video, you'll get all the links and all the stuff we've been discussing. And try not to stress too much. If at first you don't succeed, you try again. And there are many chances to try again. Cool. That's it. Thank you so much. Cheers.